Second down, Haskins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 47 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's put that team on the bus.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed. His first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Garoppolo gives to Breida. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
49.
21. Check 99. Check 99. Out. Check it out, Reed.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He was taken down by Quentin Dunbar. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Hey, gun. Watch the boot. Mike 56.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's going to fire one into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Third down, here's Haskins. That escapes the sack. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety.
And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Check. Check hot route.
12, fellas. Here we go. Eleven.
Hey, Zoo. 57. Mike, 57.
Now Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. On first down, this is Geis. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Here's Haskins to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 49ers, 11
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins able to find his running back, Geis. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Haskins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Slam. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Say.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Play action. Haskins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams and the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Geis. So that one will be accepted. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run with Geis. And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will get them 1 closer.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
21. 56 to Mike. 56.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this kick goes out of bounds, and that's obviously why the flag comes out here.
And now you can see the defense greeting the kicker as they go out to play. The starting field position for the offense is excellent, puts a lot more pressure on the defensive guys.
Yeah, and if the kicker thinks he's lonesome, he's really lonesome after a play like this.
Hey, he better hope that he's lonesome because who's ever standing next to him is probably on the defensive side, and they're none too happy.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Looking to throw, Haskins. Got him in, it's Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Haskins, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. On the ground, it's Geis. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Here's Haskins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
We got this.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will shave one more off this lead. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being booked.